Hello, everyone. We're starting with the session now. Hello, everyone. This is Caroline, and today's session is Healers Program Series 9A. This is a practice session that we all decided to have to allow a little bit of time to practice. And of course, as we are doing this work, we know that this is about healing ourselves. If we don't understand how we heal, then how can we heal others? All right. So we're going to begin very quickly here with the just a quick review. The practice sessions, we're going to do, of course, direct, meaning working on the person, and in an indirect manner, meaning surrogate. The purpose of doing these sessions is to learn, to practice, to identify the root cause as quickly as possible, to receive guidance on the best tool to use as quickly as possible. So far, we learned Ask and Intend, which allows us to reprogram the cellular information. We learned about light frequencies. We learned specific light frequencies, 1200, 1800, zero universal. We also learned about sound, we used the keynote system. We learned about galactic and geometry, different size and shapes, which allows a completely different type of programming. So it's quite a lot, actually. It's very, if you realize that how moving from tool to tool is actually quite sophisticated. The idea is then for you to quickly identify the root cause, understand which tool to use, and from this portfolio, so to speak, know exactly which one. And of course, there's more on the list, but so far we're going to stop right here. And first of all, before we begin with the volunteering, let's answer a quick question here that seemed relevant. Let me see. Susan is asking, in the last class, we had an example of a son so connected to the energy of his father. Can it also be tied to someone from another lifetime? How do we unpeel this onion? I'm assuming that you mean how do we go that far? Of course, the idea is with this system, which is the merging process to retrieve the information properly, you can go as far as many lifetimes. And so So I'm getting some messages that the audio is not clear. I think it is clear now, right? I'll double check. Yep. And so therefore, the idea is you can go from to as many lifetimes as you want. But the problem is, how do you recognize? This is where your healer's agreement comes in. It's the information, the conversation that you are having with your spirit self that is giving you the guidance. You have to decide how to discern if this problem, the root cause, is from this lifetime or from another lifetime. So, for example, in your healer's agreement, you say, okay, spirit self, when I see something that is from this lifetime, maybe you can show it to me in color or something. And then if it's from another lifetime, maybe you can show it to me in black and white or something. This is just an example. I'm not saying it has to be this way. I'm just telling you that that's how you write your agreement, and you tailor it so that you have a clear agreement. And when these things come up, you will understand exactly what it is that your spirit self is trying to show you. Another message here, another question before we begin. When you use sound and light, do you say this out loud, Galactic 1200, Keynote H with the client, or just say I'm doing some energy work? Okay, I think especially for people who, this is a good question, especially for people who are new to this, if you you're in that kind of space and you start to say, Keynote R and Keynote V, Zero Universal, stuff like that, and they really don't know, they don't have a frame of reference, they may feel that it's strange, and also they may, their analytical mind, their cognitive, the questioning will start, and, you know, the person will usually go to their head and start to say, well, what does she mean by that, and how does this whole thing work, and things like that. And so I recommend that you don't really say too much unless, you know, this person really, really wants to learn. But usually in the process, during the healing session, you really want them to just be and relax. And so I wouldn't confuse them by saying these things out loud, okay? Laura saying, by the way, why aren't you using your mics, you guys? Okay, Laura saying, Zero Universal is so powerful and efficient, both sound and light. Why not use it every time? Ask for X for it to not be too strong for the client. Yes, of course, but it's kind of like everything, you know. I'm going to eventually teach you how to balance the entire energy field. So this is where, you know, if you understand the process of healing of the cell, okay, the cell has gone off, you know, track, and now it's at this stage. And so if you use Zero Universal, you basically are taking it in one split second to this point right here. And so it's not that you cannot do that, it's just that most people are not going to be able to take it. I'm not saying you can't try. Of course, it's case by case, but usually there is so much programming, there is so many bubbles, there's so much stuff that's accumulated that even if you say, can you imagine, I mean, you're still talking split seconds here, you're talking R, U, V, Zero Universal. You're not spending a whole session on R, a whole session on V, a whole session. You know, it's within those few minutes that you're going backwards. So it's pretty fast. But by doing so, you are allowing the cell to recognize a normal way to unwind, so that it can find a natural way to move forward. So that's the reason. You know, it's the logical thing to do. Okay, so let's touch base a little bit. Last time also, this is all about learning. So let's touch base very, very quickly with a couple of people who we worked on, I think, last time. It was very, very powerful and very interesting. I think we worked with Joyce and her son. Let's just see, for what we did, where is she at in this healing process, and what does she need to do to move forward? So maybe we can hear very quickly. Joyce, are you there?
Yes.
Okay, speak a little bit louder, and we just want to check in with you and see, okay, last time there was a big issue with your son. We realized that it was about your fear that he's not doing anything with his life, and your concern with this and that. We chose to work on you rather than work on him as a surrogate. So tell us, do you feel any difference, or what's going on?
Well, yes, actually there was an amazing transformation that happened with my son. It's just the following day after the healing session that we had. He just was different for some reason. He just he got up in the morning, he cleaned the kitchen, he tidied up his room, and he told me that he was going to reset the course that he had failed. He went and talked to his teacher and said he wanted to repeat the course, and that he was going to work really hard this time.
Wow.
And also he went and talked to his driving instructor to get his driving license. He had been driving without a driving license.
Okay.
So, this happened the next day.
The next day.
The next day, I couldn't believe how quick and how. I mean, it was really an amazing transformation. Obviously, there's still a lot of work to be done. Maybe you could tell me what I should do now, really, to continue with this process of change that he is undergoing.
Okay, this is a great example. I just love it. This is so fun. When you have a client who comes for their son, we work on them and we see the result in the person, but also in the son who wasn't even there. So the idea is that we worked on her, and her vibration that was vibrating in the place of confusion, the place of fear, place of control, shifted him. So this happens all the time. all the time since I started doing this. Very, very complex cases, children who are handicapped severely, all sorts of things, miracles like this, if we want to call them that way. Instant change. So this is proof by itself that when you have something like this as a surrogate, make sure you know where to work. And so from here, this client, we can then focus on her and then give her from this point where she should go. Okay? A great testimonial, and this is just to tell you also how quick this work happens. And let's see who else, because this is all part of the learning. That's why I'm taking a little bit of time to hear the progress, because you're going to be working on yourself and you're going to be working on clients. And so, but if you don't hear these examples, then we don't know what's going on. We also, or how to interpret what's happening. Franz, you're there. We worked with your son last time. Are you? Yes, hi. Could you tell us?
My telephone was ringing, sorry.
Okay, very, very briefly, please tell us what happened since we worked on your son.
When it ended, the evening we were somewhat confused and shaky. And when I see the outside of his eyes, it looks, his right eye is different. It looks as if he could see, but he still doesn't see, but we're working on it.
Yes, exactly. So, but you could tell, first of all, also another thing that I wanted to bring up is that you can feel, especially with sound. Last time we worked with sound, it is so powerful. And you can just feel, in fact, I think you are knocked out. Joyce told me she slept 12 hours or something. So it's quite powerful. You're shaken up, and you can imagine, you guys, that we're all sitting thousands of miles away from each other, right? And we are focusing this energy, and that person on the other side of the continent or whatever is experiencing these changes. So I hope you are realizing how powerful and how fast this work is if you know what to do, if you know where to go. So of course, great example. In fact, with your son's eye, of course, it's shifted, it's different, but there's another big layer there. You just have to keep going. Like I emailed you, just keep going to the next level, and eventually it will resolve itself. So it's really, really awesome news. All right, so moving right along, Wendy's saying also, Joyce's example is also a proof that the work we do on ourselves shifts other people. Exactly. So anyway, this is all excellent. I think we touched base with Pierrette the other day, and I'm not sure who else we worked with. But let's keep going today and get new examples. So let's work with Annemie. Let's unmute her line and see we have a new client. Hello, Annemie.
Hello, good evening.
Please tell us the issue that you have and how we can help you.
Okay. Since 12 years, I suffer from bad sleeping. Sometimes I'm not able to get sleep, and sometimes I wake up in the middle of the night. And during the day, sometimes I feel exhausted.
Okay.
About 2 years ago, it was a little bit better, but it's not what it should be.
Okay, so then to summarize, the problem is lack of sleep for the past 12 years, yes?
Yes.
Okay, very good. All right, everyone. So what I'd like to do, since this is really just a practice session, I really would like you to be more involved and speak up and tell me what you feel the root cause is. But first, we're going to take a moment. Close your eyes. And let's breathe in and exhale. Go to your heart center. Of course, we assume that we have prepared our own sacred space, our own connection. And we are ready for the session. We breathe in. As you exhale, expand 360 degrees and travel through the grid system in the most appropriate way and merge with the spirit self of Annemie, wherever she may be, in Europe somewhere. And as you merge with that spirit self, we ask for the root cause of her inability to sleep for the last 12 years. As you begin to feel, see, sense the root cause and the best tool to shift it, please share. All right. So let's see. Let's see who's got what. Marty, what are you sensing? What are you seeing? What is the root cause?
Can you hear me?
Yes?
Okay. What I sensed within her was more, I found there was something within her sight, her eyes, her head, that was preventing her from just relaxing and allowing things to just be.
Okay. All right. Who else got what? Jessica, what are you getting?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. I felt that there was some kind of trauma, and when she's laying down to relax, the mind starts to relax, and that starts to come to the surface, and it's sort of like she has to wake up to keep it down.
Okay.
I'm not sure, I didn't get what the trauma was, but for the healing technique, I felt some combination of light, and I felt pink, not in a geometric shape, more like a cloud, and a combination of that with ask and intend in the heart area.
So would you say it's a fear of the sleep state, of going into the sleep?
Yeah.
Because of that trauma?
Yeah, like it as you start to go into the sleep state, it starts to rise, and you sort of she sort of wakes herself up to tamp it down on some very level, subconscious level.
Okay, very good. Let's see who else. Laura, what do you get?
Well, I've got something very similar to what we've just heard. I feel that she's afraid, a subconscious part of her is afraid of falling asleep because she may relive something that she's frightened of, or she'll have to face something that is in her memory somewhere.
Yes, very good. Okay. And let's see. Daniel, do you have a mic? Go ahead, sweetie. What do you see?
Yeah.
Go ahead, Daniel.
Oh, I apologize. I said I saw there was some like undue resentment that she had that was making her not want to sleep, but I'm seeing that the emotions are also creating some type of chemical imbalance in the brain.
Right.
Where I can't see if it's like melatonin or something that's like blocking like something in the brain that's making it tough for her to sleep.
So, but is the root cause the actual chemical thing in the brain, or is there something else? Remember, we want to go to the deep root cause. So, did she already, because obviously she didn't come in with this chemical problem, right? So what made this chemical problem happen? You see? So keep going, go ahead.
I'm saying it's some resentment from her childhood, but I can't see
What?
exactly what.
Okay, very good. So you keep focusing on that point, resentment from childhood, and you see what else comes up, okay? Very good. Okay, let's see. Cindy, what are you getting?
More so, I felt like a lot of sadness. I think to go back to something that happened, an event, and despair and confusion.
Okay. All right. So you guys there is also, let me see, Marita, do you have a mic? I'm not sure if you do. I'll unmute you anyway. Go ahead, Marita. Can you hear? Oh, sorry. Marita, yes, go ahead. What did you find out?
I got it was that I felt her somewhere at the age of 3, having lots of nightmares and getting very, very, very afraid.
Okay.
So that she doesn't want to go into this state again. As soon as she gets into these vibrations or getting to a deep sleep, she wakes up.
Right. Okay. Again, it's the fear of the sleep state. So now, who saw attachments and interference there? Anybody? Raise your hand if you or Wendy, go ahead.
What I perceived was her being beaten and like attacked, like swooped down upon, so that it was really dangerous to go.
Exactly, and so that's kind of the root cause, because and that's what triggers the fear, is because there is there's interference, and there is kind of a weird energy around her. And in the past, see how it's all coming together. As a child, she was kind of interfered with during her sleep. And what happened, in fact, maybe now as I'm speaking, I'd like you to see how you feel. But what happened was this interference kind of prevented her from coming back into her body, because as you know, during the sleep state, we can leave the body. And so the trauma that you all found in her childhood was a time where this energy interfered with her ability to come back into her body, and so that's why she's terrified of going back into the sleep state. Does that make sense when I say that, Annemie?
Yes.
Okay, so therefore, you guys, you see how you got little pieces of the puzzle, and if you had a little bit more time, it's true, I'm kind of pushing you a little bit, but you would put it all together, and that's the story basically. And so now the idea is, why is she attracting? Why did she attract this at that particular time? And it is around 2-3 years old anyway, the first time that this happened, or the time of that trauma. So the idea is, let's just go there right away. And go ahead. Did you want to say something? No? Okay. So, and of course, with the energy that's around that, the first thing is we want to release the frequency that's around there. So I'm going to ask Annemie to repeat after me. First of all, I'm going to wrap her with a very, very, very bright white light. It's almost like a huge dose of oxygen, so to speak, okay? A pure energy to begin to dissolve the frequency of other beings, other entities, or that are floating around. her space. So as I wrap her with this energy, I am going to ask her to say, I ask and intend.
I ask and intend.
To release the frequency.
To release the frequencies.
Of all other entities and beings.
Of all other entities and beings.
That are around me during my sleep.
That around me during my sleep.
And also part of the story, by the way, I forgot to say that part of this energy is her grandmother's energy. Kind of coming from the other side, it's mixed with, it's almost like she opened up to her grandmother's energy, and that opening to spirit without really knowing how or how that whole thing works allowed other energies to come through. So it's a very confusing combination of the two, if that makes sense to you. But anyway, yes, do you relate to that?
Yeah.
Okay.
That is the mother of my father. Yeah.
Okay, so what happened? Is there something that rings a bell?
Yes, yeah.
Okay, very good. So I ask and intend.
I ask and intend.
To release every cell of my physical body.
To release every cell of my physical body.
From every cell, yeah. The frequency of my great-grandmother.
The frequency of my great-grandmother.
My grandmother.
My grandmother.
And all spirit beings that are around me.
And all spirit beings that are around me.
Breathe in through the nose. As you exhale, expand 360 degrees and imagine that your space around you is becoming very, very clean. There's nothing there. There's nobody there. Just pure, pure, pure light. Do you feel it?
Yes.
Very nice. And now what do we do? What is the next step, Christina? Where do we go from here, Christina?
I think we can use light.
Light?
White light.
To do what?
To connect her with the source. And geometry to balance her.
Exactly, very nice. Geometry. Which shape of geometry do you see?
We'll use bipyramid shape.
The bipyramid, okay, all right. So I would start with a cylinder and then turn it into a bipyramid, okay? So here we go. So the idea is why are we using light? We've already cleared the information, the energy of the being, but now we want to reprogram her so she doesn't do it again. So I'm going to use first 1200 light to wash out that programming completely. Again, penetrates and dissolves the block. And I'm going to bring it through a cylinder, such as this one. I'm going to pour that frequency of 1200 and basically wash out the entire programming through light. Ready? Here we go. I want you to visualize a cylinder of light that is filled with gold and white light. And now, Wendy, I am here saying and doing 1200, but I will not be telling her. I am sending 1200 hertz. I would tell her to focus on the white and golden light through the cylinder, and I would be washing her cells with 1200 hertz. And I can visualize every cell dissolving the block completely at its root. I am doing 1800. And to complete the process, even though I started with light, I am switching to zero universal sound. And I'll now allow a complex bipyramid shape to appear. And now I'm going to tell her, visualize that you are in a sphere of light. That's very pure, very clean, very solid. And the programming, the belief system was that that was her way to connect to spirit. We're going to change that. Focus on your heart and your stomach. Say, I ask and intend.
I ask and intend
To release my belief system.
to release my belief system
That I can connect to my Creator
and I can connect to my Creator
through the connection with other spirit beings.
through the connection with others.
I am now choosing to erase this entire programming
I'm now choosing to erase this entire programming
from every cell in my physical body,
from every cell in my physical body,
replace it with a new belief system
and replace it with a new belief system
that allows me to reach very fast
that allows me to reach very fast
the higher frequencies
the higher frequencies
that allow me to connect with my Creator,
that allow me to connect with my Creator,
bypassing the frequencies of other beings.
bypassing the frequencies of other beings.
Breathe in as you exhale. Now in your heart center, fill your heart center with the deep, deep royal blue and purple light. Allow yourself to imagine that this connection with the divine is through your being, through your body, through your heart, without the need or requirement of the presence of other beings. Feel this warm, clean, pure, loving presence inside your body. And I'm using geometry. I don't need to engage the client at this point. I want her to just focus on the light and feeling very connected, very strong. And at the same time, I am changing the shape of the geometry. I am holding for her the various shapes that allow her to feel very grounded, very solid, very clean, very clear. There's also a belief system that she can allow her father's energy to come through and other dead people to come through. So you need to become aware of that and ask to change it, okay? Do you relate to what I'm saying?
Yes, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Is your father passed?
Yeah, my father's passed
Okay.
a long time ago.
So, okay, so breathe in, exhale, and go to your heart. And I want you to understand that you can connect with your father without having him come through you. That's what you do. And so that's the programming that we just did, is the belief system. The root cause is that she has a belief system that tells her that in order for you to connect with people in spirit form, such as her past father or grandmother or what have you, or on another level to her own creator, her own source, she has to invite these beings in. This is a false belief system. And because of this belief system, of course, she invited other beings in, which triggered an experience at the age of 3 that, of course, did not allow her to come back in her body, therefore gave her the fear and the trauma of leaving this body to go to another state of consciousness is a dangerous thing. Make sense? So that's how it all came together. But in this particular case, this client needs to hear and understand what she's doing in order for her to stop doing it. And I want to tell you, even in a logical way, that, you know, it's a belief system that people think that in order for you to connect with spirit, you have to bring them through your body. In fact, that's how channeling and other things like that work. You can connect with any being at any location within the Earth grid, the planetary system, the galactic system, or the entire universal structure without leaving, some people they think they have to leave, travel, body travel. And you don't have to leave your body, and you don't have to invite anybody in. Through the connection, the way I've taught you, now that you know that you have mind channels, you see these mind channels on the board here, on the slide, you stay where you are, you remain very grounded, and you extend your mind channel anywhere in the universe to reach and connect with anything and anyone. This is a safe, protected space, and nothing of this nature can happen to you. Okay? Very, very good example. In fact, tell us how you're feeling right now.
A little bit shaky and very warm in the heart center.
Very good. A little bit shaky, a little warm in the heart center, where you're going to tell us if you slept well tonight. Okay? But now I'm going to let this client go, and focusing on the warm light. And I'm going to give her a very 3D advice as well. I'm going to tell her that before you go to sleep, I want you to remember this warm purple light in your heart center and fill your body with that. And I want you to put a sphere around your body, wrap yourself with source energy, and specifically ask to feel protected in this space as you sleep. All right? So you can tell us next time how you did. Very good. All right. Any questions about this? Otherwise, we'll move on to the next example. Melvina, you are up next. Marty, did you have a question? Your hand is up.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, thank you.
Okay. All right. Okay. So Melvina, we have a next client. Let's see here. All right. So we
Hello, it's
Go ahead.
Melvina.
Melvina, sorry.
Don't be sorry.
All right, go ahead. What is the problem and how can we help you today?
This is interesting. It's another set of eyes.
Okay, okay.
That I'm having challenges with.
Okay.
The challenge is cataracts starting to form in both eyes.
Okay.
And also in 2002, I was in an automobile accident, and I had a head injury, a closed head injury. And from then on, I started getting ophthalmic migraines. And they are, they come on activated by light, or whenever my energy is high, they seem to be activated. So I would like to see more clearly.
Okay, so another client, first of all, we're going to intend to go back to a clean slate, erase the frequency of the previous client at this time, breathe in through the nose, exhale, bring your focus back to your heart, and simply ask to start with a clean slate to retrieve information from this client. So this client is telling us of a few things. We know now that the trauma of the act. All right. Everything is created on some level. Now tell me, Melvina, do you have headaches now? Do you have pain now?
No, I don't. I just find myself trying to see when I'm starting to get my vision is starting to blur somewhat, and I seem to be struggling with trying to see and very fearful.
Sure, definitely. And also, by the way, you guys, since you see that there's so many common things, whatever we are working on with this particular client, please intend that whatever is needing to happen for you is also being addressed. As you know, it works. Joyce gave us the proof today and the reminder that surrogate works in many different ways. So set your intent for all those who have eye issues. Now, don't forget, for Melvina, it's a different root cause. You have a different root cause, but you do have some common denominators. So let's go to your heart center. And breathe in. As you exhale, slowly expand 360 degrees and expand your energy field to merge with Melvina in her geographical location through the earth grid in the most appropriate and safe way. As we merge with her spirit self, we ask to see, feel, sense the root cause of her eye problem, cataract, and also migraine headaches from the eyes, correct?
There's no headache involved. It's strictly a vision interference, and feeling very wobbly and strange when they come. Yeah.
Okay. Very good. So as you merge with the spirit self, we want to know the root cause. And as you begin to have clarity on the root cause, please raise your hand. And also the tool that we need to use. Wendy?
I also this time saw some attachment energy, like holding her back and messing with the accident or part of the accident. And it's what I'm sensing is this part of her, Melvina, that wants so much to move forward. She's all in her head, and to see and to know, and then those energies are like pulling her back and holding her down.
Okay, so you're seeing that the bigger problem right now is the interference and attachments and things like that, yeah?
Yes.
Okay, but what brought this
on? There's a fear, and a fear of being here and seeing and being fully who she is.
Okay, very good. So you guys, you see, also in the previous example, where the root cause is not the attachment. Of course, that's a huge root cause, but why did the attachment get there in the first place? And this is where you go even deeper. And the root cause is about her being here on the earth, existing here on the earth plane. Who else has what? John, go ahead.
Well, I actually also picked up an attachment. The way I first saw it was
Welcome to GoToWebinar, web events made easy.
This weird energy, and I was like, okay, that feels like what I'm starting to feel like attachments feel like. And then when I tried to go on that, there was something in the stomach region, like there was some fear, but I couldn't figure out the fear. And then
Okay, so very good. Please turn the volume down a bit. There's echo. So what happened? I'm going to mute you. It's helpful if you have headsets, you guys. So in this particular case, you guys, you can see that there is a sort of an attachment. When you go even deeper, you see that it's a fear. And if you don't know how to move forward from there, you focus on the fear. And then you ask, okay, what is this fear about? You see how you keep going deeper and deeper and deeper. Okay? So John, now focus on the fear and ask the question. Fear of what? And see what comes up. Go ahead, Laura.
Well, I saw something related to a past life and the feeling that she had had acid thrown into her eyes or something like that, something that had made her lose her sight. And when everyone else started talking about entities or attachment or interference, I had the impression that this relationship in the past where somebody blinded her is still around her or coming back to her or something like that, because something has to be solved.
Yes. Is it like in a spirit form kind of a thing?
Yes, that's it. Yeah, that's it.
Yes. Very good. Brilliant. Very good. Okay, so we see even a deeper past life connection, but still the same thing, that she's being chased or attacked or interfered with, what have you. Okay, Jessica, what do you got?
I got that, this is very similar, it'll go right with what everyone's been saying, that she fears the light, not quite sure of what source really is. So when that light comes in, she's not really sure, is this source, is this an entity, should I trust it? Which is, I believe, would cause, she said maybe not headaches, but that kind of confusion would make you swirl and feel kind of wobbly.
So who had a hard time finding her, connecting with her? Was she really open to this connection, to us helping her? Who had a hard time with that? Fear of connecting, yes. Go ahead, Wendy.
Yeah, I had a hard time seeing her, and it was like her fear of being seen.
Exactly, the fear of being seen, the fear, but also what Jessica just said, the fear of the light. It's almost like, you know how if you have a spotlight, on a stage or something, and the spotlight is chasing the actor that's running around. You're trying to connect the light to her, but she keeps on moving away and running away from it. And so, you are right on in the sense that there's a fear of the connection already. And the confusion is, what is she connecting to? What is she connecting with? What is coming to help her? Even this energy or this work, there is a fear about that. Does this really work? How does it really work? And so on and so forth. So, so very good. Keep going.
Hi, I saw her
more like, the fear was more like a revulsion or repulsion. She kept looking away and at some scene, something she had seen that was repulsing her. She didn't want to see it. She had her eyes closed. She kept pushing it away. Maybe it was the past life that was talked about, but she's repulsed by something, and maybe she's repulsed by herself or by this reality or the separation from source. I don't know, but this repulsion is like overwhelming me.
Yeah, she's running away. She's running away from the light, from this connection, from this healing, in fact. And so the reason why Melvina is running away from this connection and from this healing is because she's afraid to look at herself in this physical form. She's afraid of herself. She's afraid of understanding how all of this really works. If she were to accept this healing and she started to heal and she just healed, this means what? It means that, oh my God, what does that mean? Who am I? It means that I'm here on the earth doing this work, bringing this through. There is a fundamental fear of your own existence here on the earth. Do you relate to that?
Yes. Help.
And exactly. And so that is at the core of everything. If she's really in fear of even existing in this physical form, she doesn't even want to connect to the truth or the answer or the light, because that will give her the answer. And she does not want to know why she has to exist here, why her human existence really has a meaning. Because if she knows, then she has to stick around. Make sense?
It makes sense, yes.
Okay. So that is the reason of we create a block from so many different things. But to go deep, 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 deep to the root cause is this fundamental fear of her very human existence here on the earth and right now. So it's quite I mean, it's quite a big imprint on her consciousness. So we're going to go straight there. And we're going to begin to heal the illusion that she is separate from this light, that she's connecting with the light outside of her, so to speak, and change it to a connection or light that's already there within. So I'd like you to just focus on your heart. And I feel deep, deep sadness about her physical condition. I'm not even talking about her eyes. I'm talking about her physical condition, meaning her human condition, meaning being a human.
Yes.
Deep, deep, deep sadness. Why this? Why this form? Why this form? Why now? I am really not here to be a human. And so because it's a very deep sadness, I'm going to begin with a very subtle, very comfortable, very soft, light energy. And I'm going to bring through a sound wave. I'm going to use the V sound to hold a light frequency. So I'm going to hold the sound wave V, and as if I'm rolling the light over this wave. It's a very soft way, subtle way to bring light. And I'm going to have her focus on a bright magenta color that is right around you. I'm going to bring the frequency of Divine Mother of this local universe to just be around. As if the frequency of Divine Mother is kind of overshadowing her, wrapping around her in a very loving, comforting way. Go to your heart center. And imagine that your heart is connected to the heart of the Divine Mother that is right there, wrapping herself around you. As if you could talk to her directly. Make a choice, Malvina.
I choose.
Yes. To just to let go of the deep, deep sadness.
I choose to let go of the deep, deep sadness. I choose
to have chosen this human form.
I have chosen this human form.
I am choosing to now be free of this sadness.
I am choosing to now be free of this sadness
and confusion about my choice of being a human.
About my choice of being a human. It's been so hard.
Take your time. You can drink a little water if you want. Very nice. Breathe in as you exhale. Okay, still focusing on your heart. Still speaking directly to the frequency energy of Divine Mother. Just imagine that this being is all wrapped around you, present right there in front of you. As if you were speaking to her. Go to your heart and say, I am now finally choosing.
I am now finally choosing
to let go of my need.
To let go of my need.
To blame you.
To blame you.
And creation.
And creation.
For putting me here on this earth.
For putting me here on this earth.
At this particular time.
At this particular time.
This has been excruciating.
This has been excruciating.
A very difficult condition to be in.
A very difficult condition to be in.
I am now finally choosing to resolve these feelings.
I am now finally choosing to resolve these issues.
From every cell in my physical body.
from every cell in my physical body.
My lungs.
My lungs.
My heart.
My heart.
Breathe in and exhale. As I go deeper into this, or to another layer, I want you guys to focus on the diaphragm area and sense the fear of being a human that started prior to her incarnation, and in fact that she brought with her from many lifetimes. And this tremendous fear of being human comes from the experience of having been attacked many times over by other entities. Therefore, the belief system is being a human is a dangerous thing. Make sense?
Yes. Yes.
So in her diaphragm area, I'm just going to do sound and just break that old consciousness and memory that holds all the past and parallel aspects. So I'm choosing you first. You and R at the same time, you from the left, R from the right of her diaphragm. Very nice. You feel that?
Yes, I'm shaking all over.
Yeah. Sorry, it's quite...
it's okay.
Very nice. It's opening up. Very nice. You feel that? Very good. And now I'm going to do zero universal sound, which is quite powerful, so hold on. From the lungs, the throat, the chest. And it's done. It's gone. Breathe in. Exhale. So, there's also a belief system, a responsibility of bringing children to this planet because of the belief system that this planet and this human condition is a dangerous thing. And so I'm not sure if you did end up having children or have kind of chosen not to, but
I squeezed one out just barely.
Yeah, I could see that, but I could also see that it was charged with the fear of like, should I do this? Oh my God, should I? You know, this being is going to go through what I'm going through. So a huge fear connected with bringing to this planet another child, another human. And so I want you to focus on this. Imagine an umbilical cord, and in fact, I want all of you, whether you have, if you have children, then you can use your children, and if you don't have children, use it for the collective consciousness, the responsibility. Once we become aware of the difficulty of the human condition, the fear and the responsibility of bringing another child to this same condition. That's what I want you to heal. So go to your kind of stomach area and just to focus on your navel imagining that that is your connection, your energetic umbilical cord connection to a child, your child, or a child, a human child. Breathe in. Exhale. And I'm going to go straight to 0 universal sound right at the navel with the focus of just deleting the fear of the responsibility, the sadness, the confusion of bringing another human to this very, very difficult condition. I'm going to bring a cylinder of light through the spine and let it come out through the navel. And from this opening, I'm going to pour divine frequency, cosmic light from the back into this cylinder. Now, before I pour anything in, I'm specifically mixing sound and light at the cosmic level in a very complex formula. I couldn't repeat it, but it's kind of like RUVXYZ, you know, it's a whole mix of things. And it comes in, it looks like silver sparks and white light. Breathe in. As you exhale, bring this ball of energy through the cylinder. Let it sit for a moment around the navel area. As you hold this very complex formula around the navel area, like a ball of light, reprogram your entire consciousness, meaning all your past and parallel lives, that contain the information that bringing a child that is human is the wrong thing, is a scary thing, is a negative thing, it's an ugly thing, it's a selfish thing. Bring it all up. And allow it to dissolve in this sphere of light around your navel. This formula reaches very, very, very far away in universal frequency, and so it erases that programming from every past and parallel life that you have had. Breathe in. As you exhale, expand out 300. And just allow yourself to just rest. Fill your space with pure white light. Just rest. Allow yourself to feel wrapped with love and comfort and peace. And tell us how you're feeling right now, if you can speak.
Like a dish rag.
Okay.
Lighter.
Lighter.
Do you know how hard it was for me to ask for this?
I know very much. Yes.
Thank God I did.
Yes, I'm so glad you did, because again, this was so deep, and it's so big. It's about your whole existence. I mean, not even like, yeah. So, you know, we did a lot, so we're going to let you just relax, drink water, please. And we're going to, because we did a lot of programming, a lot of movement, so we're going to just let that just settle, in fact, for everyone. Knowing that all of this programming is going to gradually unfold, continue to unfold. And we are going to just intend to allow this unfolding to continue to dissolve in a safe and comfortable way. And we, of course, did a lot of work on the collective consciousness here. So, and because this is a class, we're going to move to the next person. Let's work with Jessica, if she can speak. Hello, my dear, are you ready?
Yes. I contacted you because we had talked, one of the things we talked in one of our classes was about knowing how far you have to go to heal something. And I was recently diagnosed with something called edema. And my guidance says it's pulmonary, but I've healed so much of it in the past 4 or 5 weeks. It's been amazing. And I've been working on using that as a springboard to believe in complete healing. I know we discussed that in one of our classes. So I was just curious to know how much more I had to go.
Okay, so that's a quick one. But before we, I mean, quick answer anyway, but let's see what else there is. Before we continue, I think Laura has something to say. Did you have something to say?
Oh, no, sorry, I must have left my hand up. I'm sorry.
Okay, okay. So, Wendy, do you have something to say? No? Okay, watch your hand, you guys. So if you're not wanting to talk, okay. So so for Jessica, she's been healing. She is getting better very fast. But her question is, how far do I have to still go? Now, last time we asked this question, we talked about this when we talked about the healing, the path to healing. And we talked about symptoms. So when we said that if you were assuming that you still have the symptoms, otherwise you would be healed by now. You think you're healed. And so what happens is that you simply have to merge with the consciousness of that energy that is your condition and simply ask. So have you done that?
Yes. I feel like I've healed at least 50% of it.
Okay.
But I'm not as firm on that. That's why I thought I'd ask the class.
So it's just a confirmation. So Jessica is looking for confirmation. Let's merge with Jessica. First of all, breathe in. And as you exhale, we ask to delete the frequency of the previous client completely. The work that we have done with the previous client and the one before is quite powerful, but it will continue to unfold. So it's almost like we put a pause button for now to focus on this, and then the rest will continue. And so we gradually open up and expand our energy field to merge with the spirit self of Jessica, wherever she may be. And as we merge with her spirit self, we ask the question, her current condition, that she's been working on and healing? In the lungs, correct?
Actually, it's more of the circulatory system, but I do get out of breath, so possibly that's one of the symptoms.
Okay. So how far is she in her healing? How much more does she have to go? That is the question from this client. Deb, what are you getting? Okay, maybe there's no mic. Cindy?
I got 20 to 30% done, 60 to 70 to go.
Okay, very good. Who else got what? John?
I'm muted. I got that if she continues doing the healing, there's one more month to go, and then it was strange. I think I was picking up, there's some confusion energy around. I don't know, so there's something related to confusion.
Of course it's confusion, but that's why she's asking the question, but then you need to focus on the confusion and find out what the confusion about. Christina is saying 65 to 75% to go, which is consistent with what Cindy said. Okay, let's see who else. Daniel, what are you getting? %, Laura, is left, or she's done 20%? Because we're getting that so far we have 20 to 30% left, done. Therefore, she still has, Christina saying 65 to 75. Kim, where is she?
I get the feeling that Jessica started the ball rolling on this, but that she's expecting it to roll by itself now, and she's sort of waiting for the rest of it to happen. I don't
exactly.
get this. Okay, sorry.
You don't get what? Sorry.
I don't get the sense she's pushing anymore.
Yeah, exactly, and this is a little bit where the confusion that John was talking about. So Wendy's getting 25% has been done. All right. So Christina's saying no, 75%, 65% done. Okay, so so now 2 or 3 people are saying 25% done, 75% still to go. We also are picking up confusion as to why is Jessica even asking that? If she is believing that this is working, then why is she needing this confirmation at this time? Does that make sense?
Yeah. I think this whole experience has been a huge learning about that this is really real. You know, there's
exactly.
this, even though we've been, you know, and maybe that's where I'm sort of learning, wow, it really is real, but how real is it? So that would probably be
right. So the confusion is really more about why she's asking this question. So like she said herself, it's not really just about how much has it healed, is do I believe that this is going to work? That's what she's asking. Do you agree?
Mm-hmm. Yes, that was the beginning, and I felt so changed and so different that I was just curious how much more there is to go, but it's all wrapped in together, yeah.
So yes, but the thing is, the fact that you are feeling good and this is coming up for you, it's because you are not trusting. You see, you're kind of starting to go backwards in this, and maybe you are in this place right now, and you cannot believe that this could be possible. So you know what happens is, if Jessica does not resolve this, she could be here for another year Does that make sense? So you need to address, instead of saying how much is still left, I need to say, why am I asking this question? That's the root cause of your question. Otherwise, you're going to be here, you are questioning what you're doing and not believing. Do you guys see what's going on? And so she's stuck and not able to continue, Joyce, very, very well, very good, because she is questioning. Do you see what I'm saying? Because if it's working very well, why would you question? Right? And so this is where she is, and she's in fact stuck, and what we're going to help her simply release her disbelief that she could heal herself, which then takes us to a deeper root cause about who she is and how she gets to heal herself so easily and not others. And now I see all the other blocks coming up. In terms of, does that make sense? As I go deeper, it is about, well, if this stuff works, why aren't other people healing so fast? Who am I to heal myself? Am I entitled to this healing? And so on and so forth. All the questioning and the doubt about who she really is. That's the real question. Do you agree?
Yes, I can see that now. Yeah.
Okay. So go to your heart. Do you guys see how these examples, you really, really need to know how to read between the lines? When a client comes with a question like that, or with work with my son, or this or that, you really, before you even do anything, it's not even about how much the percentage. It's about, why is she asking this question? What is that about? All right, so here we go. Go to your lung and your heart center. And interestingly enough, I see similarities with the previous client that is questioning her own physical self. Why is she even here? Why is she having to do this? Why is this taking so long? Why does it have to be this way? Where is Creator in all of this? How this human condition could even exist in such a poor, dismantled, disconnected, distorted way? Do you see how deep this is and how far it goes? You're questioning creation. You're questioning the existence of this whole species. And you having to be part of it. Make sense? Okay, go to your lungs. I'm going to use sound. Again, to ripple, I'm going to use V first. To open the layers, I'm going to use H. To allow the waves of the sound to open more layers. And then I'm going to use a suction method, basically, as if I had sliced up the lungs into very, very thin layers through sound. And now I'm going to basically take the entire frequency of this conclusion regarding the physical condition we call lungs, we call heart, we call physical cells. Just like a vacuum cleaner, basically. It's all coming out, being sucked into a vacuum in one shot. Breathe in. Now I'm going to replace it with the light. Replace it with light. That is the new nourishing connecting energy. Again, focus on a deep, deep, deep purple light. That's very rich. And once more, because there are so much similarities with the previous programming, we're basically going to just jump forward to the future programming through this purple light. And allow Jessica to feel that this purple light is her connection in this physical body to all that she wants to do, regardless of previous conditions, regardless of how human or humanity define the physical self. This is a new organization, configuration, this body. And so should I ask and intend?
I ask and intend.
To erase all the previous programming.
To erase all the previous programming.
From my conscious, subconscious, and cellular memory.
From my conscious, subconscious, and cellular memory.
Replace it with a new belief system.
And replace it with a new belief system.
That allows me to create a new reality.
That allows me to create a new reality.
Within the human configuration.
Within the human configuration.
That allows me to feel free.
That allows me to feel free.
And connected at all times.
And connected at all times.
Breathe in. Exhale. Tell us how you're feeling.
I'm feeling good. It's very intense in the chest area.
Yes.
It's like I could feel it pulsing through that whole area.
Again, this is very, very fast. This is very powerful. We basically just kind of took a massive amount of information through sound. So that's the reason why people want to heal instantaneously, spontaneously, completely, but it really, really could knock you out. And so, but obviously we know through the agreement, the healer's agreement, that nothing we do is going to be harmful. So that this client is going to take it, but it's still very, very powerful. So we're going to let you rest, drink water.
Okay.
All right.
Will do. Thank you very much.
Okay. And then you can tell us what happened or how you're feeling next time. All right. Quite a session. Who has a comment? Who has a question? Do we stop here? Kim, your hand is up.
Yeah, I'd like to thank Jessica. That was such a great example, especially for this class. Because oftentimes you go through a healing process and then you don't know if you're done or not. You don't know if you should continue or just let things unfold. You don't know how far to go. It is confusing about whether you've done enough or should go to the next layer. Is there another layer? So I thought this was a really, really good session.
Yes, in fact, all examples were amazing on so many levels, very, very deep, very, very powerful. And also, you know, the thing is this: if you are truly, truly in full alignment and at a place of perfect connection, you don't question, you just are. You are in that space. Does that make sense? So as soon as you have a question, then there's something behind the question. All right? Go ahead, Mary. What's your question?
Well, can you hear me?
Yes.
When we worked on Joyce last week, I had I have a similar situation, only maybe a little worse because it's been going on for a lot longer. And so when I was trying to connect with her, everything I felt, I thought, oh my goodness, I know it's supposed to be about her, but is it about me? So I had a little trouble there. But the amazing thing was my son, too, has cleaned his room. Hasn't gotten a job, but he has cleaned his room, and I know I have changed. My husband has noticed that in this past couple of weeks I have changed through doing all this. But the thing is with him, he goes through such anger, and I'm wondering, and he's so similar to my brother, who also was an alcoholic, but lived across the country, so they didn't grow up with each other. And I'm wondering, could there be a family member that keeps coming back and attaching themselves? My son was drinking so much that when we went to the attachment session, I did the cleansing on him, and he was good for a day or two. But, you know, he does drink so much, and he's drinking a lot less now, by the way, this week, a lot less. I'm just wondering, their mannerisms are so similar, their anger is so similar, their movements are so similar. Could it be a family member that keeps coming back?
Yes, definitely. But again, you know, like everything else, everything is reversible, everything is reprogrammable. So if you think that that's what it is, you can just take the frequency of the uncle from your son, right? From every cell in his body, you could do it that way. But first I want to, you know, acknowledge very quickly, you know, we worked on Joyce, and now we're working, you know, 10, 15 minutes, you know, with problems people have had for years and years and years. 10, 15 minutes to have that sort of immediate reaction through surrogate, and other people having more, you know, surrogates through surrogates. You know, this should tell you right there, this is very, very powerful stuff, and it works. The only thing that's holding you back is your belief that it isn't, the questioning, just like what Jessica brought for us earlier. So I just wanted to kind of bring that up, stress on that. And the second thing to answer your question, Mary, is, of course, if you doubt that there's that problem, then you just resolve it that way. But at the end of the day, somebody who has an alcohol problem, in terms of frequency, they're holding their frequency low all the time, or very often anyway during the day. As soon as you do that, you're going to kind of attract you know, attachments and this and that. So you really can do the best that you can in terms of surrogate healing to take out the attachment, so that he can have a breather. He can start to have those moments, just like you said, he could go out and start cleaning his room and doing something more productive, for example. So you can do that, but you know, please do not believe that genetic things or family member thing. Everything is programmable. The DNA is reprogrammable. You have to believe. The fact that, you know, you don't come in with a cancer cell. I mean, the cancer, where did this programming come from? There is scientific evidence. People look under the microscope and look at the gene and the DNA being distorted with the new information. Therefore, something happened to this DNA to make it become this way. If it became this way, therefore, it could also become another way. Does that make sense? And so the DNA, the cellular information is programmable. So please don't let anybody ever tell you that you have a genetic problem, it's too late, it comes with the family, it's too late. Never, never, never. And of course, knowing now the information on attachments, release, basically what you can do, just go across the board, just release everyone's frequency that you can think of. Honestly, because we are born in families, and we have our father's frequency, mother's frequency, brothers, sisters, everyone's frequency anyway. So just do a house cleaning and do that regardless. Also, I want to tell you that there is an addiction series online. Somebody, in fact, I think I'm going to let Kim, and a few other people, but Kim is in the class, so she can tell you. Kim, did you want to say something about that? Your hand is up, Kim. Hello? Okay, her hand's down. So also somebody else in this class and other people have tried these addiction series on themselves and on others and have completely reversed the condition. So so try that. Okay, let's see. Sorry, I muted you. Okay, Mary?
Thank you. I have one more question. I did
Yes.
the endocrine clearing a month or so ago, and then I went and I had a routine blood test. And she said that my red blood cells were all different sizes and shapes.
Yes.
And she said that was unusual. And I was wondering, was that part of the clearing? Was it reorganizing?
Yes, probably. And in fact, the red blood, all cells in our body reconfigure and recycle. There are cycles for every cell in our physical body. So she may have caught you at a time while you were recycling your cells. So so that's, you have you know, it's nothing to worry about. So yeah, so this is, so Kim, yeah, did you have, I see, yes, you want to speak, go ahead. Did you?
Yes, sorry, I had muted myself. I just wanted to say I did the addiction series. I believe there are 5 of them. And I just wanted to see what would happen. I wasn't really trying to work on anything, but what did happen was fascinating. I drank wine and, well, you know, alcohol in general. I didn't really have a problem, but as I went through the series, the wine and alcohol started tasting awful, and I couldn't drink it without getting an instant headache. And so eventually I just quit. And so I haven't had any alcohol in 3 years, and it's just really helped, you know, my vibration, everything. So it's just do all 5 of them. I'm not kidding.
So there you go. More evidence, more examples how quick, my goodness, 5 sessions online without even being there. It's, I would take that in a second. But of course, go ahead, John.
I had a question about the addiction series or healing others while doing one of the series. Do you have to merge with their spirit self while doing it, or can you just intend to have them be part of the session too?
Well, again, it's this is surrogate. Okay, it's like surrogate healing. Like this, this person who's addicted is not aware. First of all, of course, you will know if it is time, if they're approving of this healing or not. If they are on some level, then you are just connecting with their spirit self, and then you will you do the work in that way. All right, very good. Excellent session, I thought. I think we should do more of these, but of course, we'll see. Please, we'll continue to work online, meet at the times we've decided to help each other out. I will be there as well. And yes, I look forward to your comments and your feedback, and I look forward to connecting with you again next time. I send you all my love. Thank you so much.